another episode of The Follow-Up. I'm Eden, and this is my dad Noah, and every week we sit on my bed and have a conversation about something we want to talk about. This week we're going to talk about me turning 10.
On episode 210
I'm turning 10.
The Follow-Up.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
As you mentioned before we started recording, this is the 8th episode that we have done of you turning a certain age. So
we started at turning 3.
Yep.
When
and then,
you were just doing the podcast.
Right, sure.
Yourself.
So we did that 3, 4, 5. And then since we've been doing it on camera together, starting in 2020, turning 6, turning 7, turning 8, turning 9, turning 10. So you've done this podcast now when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, and now 10. And people always ask all the time about, what I get from this and how special it is. And I always say it's a beautiful time capsule of whatever is on your mind, whatever is on our mind, whatever we want to talk about. And it's just so nice to hear your voice at different stages, see what's on your mind. And also, as we've said before, hold yourself accountable to things that you say and do in the podcast in your everyday life. And we're always talking about that, no matter how annoying you think it is, about using the lessons that you learn here and the things that you preach about, or not preach about, but things that you say that are then put into practice in everyday life. Okay, so you're turning 10. This is your 10th birthday today, right now. Whenever it's your birthday, I always ask you, what do you think 10 is going to be like? But instead of that, today, I'll ask you, the question that you get from everybody at 10, it's double digits. Does it feel different than other birthdays?
I think a little bit, but not a ton. But I don't know what the different, when you feel a tiny bit of a certain way, but you kind of can't identify it a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit like that.
Okay.
Not like a huge amount, but just a little bit. It's just like double digits. It's like something different.
It sounds older.
It sounds older.
It sounds like there's more responsibility that comes with it.
Yeah. Which
there is at every age.
Yeah, I feel it's double digits. It seems like a much bigger thing, than turning 8 from 9. I mean,
that would be pretty amazing if you turned 8 from 9.
Oh,
and you actually went backwards.
8 to 9.
That would be a bigger deal.
That would be amazing.
That would be a pretty big deal.
8 to 9.
Okay. Yeah.
8 to 9. I think, what you said before. Do you feel different? I mean, it's my birthday, so I guess a little different. Mm-hmm. But it's not you don't feel.
Yeah, and I think it happens
but,
when you enter into conversations with people and someone says how old you are, and you say I'm 10. You're just automatically looked at as more mature or closer to being that teenager than 9, even though it's just 1 year less. 9, you're still like a little kid.
It's 10. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a.
Well,
it's like a marker kind of.
Yeah, a milestone.
A milestone.
It's the round. It's the round number.
It's the round number,
Yeah, we celebrate the round numbers.
Or 10, you turn 1, not really 5. Well,
nah.
No, but it's 1, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then 13, teenager, 16, drive.
Not 11, but
18, vote, then 20, 21, and 25, and 30. Yes, but I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like being in so this, you started a new school year, a new school, new kids, and you're not one to ever say, it's my birthday, this is what's coming up, anything like that. So
I'm not that person.
Right, not at all. So even if if someone had said to you this week, oh, what are you doing this weekend? You still wouldn't have even said, oh, it's my birthday.
I said, this is literally what I said because so many people actually ask that, or I bring it up. What are you doing this weekend? Just at lunch, just something we talk about. You always say, what did people do this weekend?
Yeah, sure.
So I try to ask, what are you doing? So I don't always ask on Monday, but sometimes ask on Friday. So I think when people ask me back, I just said whatever I did yesterday, and I said some families coming up. Well, I said families coming up for dinner on Saturday because it's my birthday.
Sunday.
On Sunday because it's my birthday.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you
I
at least
said it
you
like
said
that.
it's your birthday, and
that was hard for me.
Right. So I'm glad you took that step to say because it's my birthday, and
I don't like announce things. Like,
you don't talk about
not
yourself.
like announce.
You don't talk about yourself ever, and
No.
but
well, I do, but not in that way.
Right, but but that's not. This isn't like an in your face. Hey, it's my birthday. Like, oh, like, what are you gonna get me? Like, that's not you. But you can insert yourself in certain ways, in your own way, like that, by saying like, oh, my family's coming up because it's my birthday, and it's not bragging. You're not putting yourself front and center. It's okay to say certain things, like, or if you had a cool experience over the weekend, you could say, if someone said, "How was your weekend?" Like, oh, it was pretty cool. I went to this basketball game. It was awesome. And then maybe if someone asks for more details, then it's like, oh, where'd you sit? Who'd you see? That kind of thing. But yeah, that's your personality.
That's not me to like. It was actually, I'll say it like this. This might sound a little weird, but it was very. I don't usually say it, but it was kind of like strange for me saying that. But it's not that. I just don't. I find it weird to say that.
Is it because you think you don't want the attention on yourself?
I honestly don't know. Like, I guess a little bit maybe.
Yeah.
But it's just not like me to like
say
that.
It's nice when people celebrate you.
Yeah.
Or congratulate you, or if you have some sort of accomplishment. I get it.
But like, I don't know. Like, I guess like the attention on me. I don't know.
You don't want to have to
like
put something out there. I mean, yeah, it would be nice if everyone just knew it was your birthday and they said, "Hey, it's your birthday, happy birthday," but they don't know exactly, right? But they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I understand. So we started at the top by saying, oh, by the way, we got new microphones.
Oh yeah.
We've tried out new microphones a bunch of times, but we think these are the ones.
Yeah.
We tested them out. We think these are the ones. So if the audio is better, let us know in the comments on YouTube or just click 5 stars, Apple Podcasts, rate, review the show. Be a good birthday present, right? Yeah, just more people who rate and review the show. It's a good birthday present. Or hit subscribe. So, are there things at 10 that you think come with 10 that you should be able to do, that you're looking forward to doing, that you feel like, well, now that I'm 10, I could do this, watch this, anything like that?
It's actually a hard question, a little bit. I feel like it just like, I guess every year, just like, I guess just kind of comes with like more responsibility and stuff.
Sure.
And I think that's kind of what I think about like more, I guess, every year, really.
I understand.
But like when I think of 10, like, I guess just like doing more things that like maybe I couldn't do last year, but nothing like specific comes to mind, I feel.
It's more like bigger kid things.
Yeah, I guess so.
So is 10 a tween?
9 to 12 is a tween.
9 to 12 is a tween.
But most people consider, well, a lot more people consider 10 to 12.
10 to 12, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So it's not like, okay, now it's my birthday, and now all of a sudden I have all this new responsibility. That just comes with like every day as you're getting older and growing.
And like more of it comes, like it's not like today you're saying, okay, now you have like all this more responsibility. Yeah. It just kind of comes like, it just like comes like with it, like not like right on, like gradually kind of, and just like every day kind of.
Well, now that you're...
But not like you have this today. Okay, now you have to do this more tomorrow.
Okay, now that you're 10, will you give me a kiss goodbye in public or still just hugs?
Talk about this right now.
You're funny. I get it. Yeah, I get it. But I do still appreciate, like, this morning we were watching TV, and you were lying on mom on the couch, and I was sitting on the other couch, and I just looked over, and like, yeah, she's 10, but she can still lie on mom's lap and watch TV, and it's that stuff to us as parents is still nice, that like that you still want to do that, or you still give us huge hugs, and you're growing in the way that we hope that you do grow, and we do hope that as you get older that you continue to challenge yourself, but also allow us to help you when where is needed, and just because you're older doesn't mean that you have to know certain things. You learn certain things through experiences,
Right.
and you learn by asking. So I don't ever want you to be afraid to just ask.
Yeah, like you were saying, like, I mean, even earlier, like this year, starting new school, like, if you don't know where something is, just like ask someone, or don't be afraid to like just like ask a question in class or something like that.
Yeah.
Just like it's ask in, of course, like the appropriate situation.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
just if you want to know something, well, I mean, not like for every single thing,
Understandable.
but
Things that
just
you
ask.
need, things that you need to know, or
Things
want
that you
or
need to
want to know.
know.
You're curious.
Yeah.
You can ask at certain times, and instead of just the sooner you just like get it out there, the better. So I just can't believe you're 10. I don't totally remember a ton when I was 10. Like, I still just think about 5th grade, but it
Yeah.
is fun to think back to, because maybe some of these kids that you just met this year will be kids that you're friends with when you're 42. Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, just earlier today, I was texting with some of my friends who I went to nursery school with and then
Cool.
elementary school with. So it's a great age to really develop true friendships and find out a lot about each other. So I'm excited for you to be 10 and embrace it.
Thanks. Something I think is cool is a lot of people, I think about like 1 to 3. There's like that age, and then you're like 4, or like it's like 1 to when you're born.
Like
to like
when you
5,
start, then when you
4.
start school.
When you start school,
Okay,
yeah, I
yeah.
should say it like that.
Okay.
Well, I started at 3.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I guess whenever you start school to like 9, and then you're 10. But for me, I think it's like 10. A lot of people think about it this way, but I'm starting a new school. I get to be in middle school, and I think it's like a cool new year of like starts.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Well, here's to many more happy birthdays.
Thanks.
I love you very much.
Love you.